Hey, faithful viewer, it is me, the PK sensation, Regina Nunnally, here for your Monday motivation, entitled When I Stop Crying. And that's important that's a very important statement I made, because there's things in life that's going to cause you to be broken, and there are times where you feel like the pain will never stop. I've been there. I know how that feels in my experience. Not maybe the same experience of yours, but still, yet it hurt me to the point where I just couldn't stop crying. I mean, I cried every day, and tried my best to rationalize things and couldn't do it. It's just, I prayed and I still would cry every day. And it was excruciating. I mean, I'm sorry. I got distracted. Anyway, so when I started going to a different church, my pastor, she said, Regina, I think you really need to talk to somebody. And I'm like, God dang it, really? I'm crazy. I'm crazy. And I wasn't a huge fan of that. But because I was in a desperate moment, I was in a dark place, I'm like, you know what? I can't start being prideful. And that's how it is sometimes when people come to you with a solution or a resolution, you know, and you look at it as, oh, it's not what you're used to. So therefore you will avoid it, or you ignore it, or you just completely disregard it because it's not what you used to. Let's say that. And yeah, it was not something I'm thinking, okay, I go to this therapist. I mean, I'm have to sit on the couch, and I mean, it was all these preconceived notions. I'm sorry, two cats out here, one eating other food and the other one not. They're strays. Okay. Let me just get to the point. Bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, is I had to do what was outside of my comfort zone that actually did help me. And yeah, that required some investment, that required time. And and he was a Christian therapist. So it wasn't like I was going to somebody that was going to tell me to, you know, get crystals and burn sage and all that nonsense. Nope. The bottom line is I had to do something that was unconventional for me. And I took the advice of my pastor to do the unconventional thing. And that unconventional thing was to go to a therapist. And once I started talking to someone who always led me back to the Lord, but also allowed, just helped me kind of filter through the circle situations, I stopped crying. My tears dried up. Now, that doesn't mean the hurt went away. No. But the expression of the hurt, that one expression of hurt, that stopped. And I can't really tell you when the tears dried up. I just know they started drying up. And I thought, and I'll never forget, I said to myself, I said, when will I ever stop crying? Now, I will never stop crying. I'm going to cry about situations. I'm going to cry about circumstances. And my tears, you know, the word says that God catches every tear that I cry in a bottle as a memorial. All right? That's word, okay? That's in the word. And so nothing I do goes to waste. He said, what I sow in tears, I'm gonna reap in joy. That's what the word says. So I got to stand on it. And I like, these tears was not for nothing. Yes, I played a part in this pain and played a part in it. And part of my tears was for guilt. Part of my tears was feeling embarrassed. Part of my tears was feeling like I was abandoned, and I was just like the proverbial, when people get tired of a pet and they drive into some obscure place and they drop the pet off and they drive off and leave the pet sitting there looking like, what happened? And they seeing these people who they love is right. That's how I felt. Even though it might not what happened, but that's how I felt. And that's how some of you may feel right now. Like somebody just dropped you off in the middle of nowhere and just drove off. And you're sitting there like, wait a minute. I'm in a foreign place. This isn't comfortable. And tears are a reflection of what is going on. God gave us tears for a reason. I get that. But crying every day from July 2013 to about sometime in the middle of 2014, every day, I think I count on my hand how many dry days I had. And all because somebody rejected me. And that could be enough. That may not break you, but that broke me. Okay? And then some stuff on top of that, and 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 on top of that. But it wasn't until I sought out someone or did something unconventional for me, and that's when the tears started to flow less, and then I could now think straight, clearly, and analyze things, come to terms with what reality is, and then go from there. Yes. Mm-hmm. When I stopped crying, I could see clearly, because now the rain is gone. So literally, yeah. I mean, one time I was crying so hard. One day I was going to work, and I was crying so hard. I mean, my imagination, my feelings were just beating me up. My thoughts were just beating me up, and I was crying so hard, I actually turned the windshield wipers on. I turned the windshield wipers on because I was crying so hard. I just was like, something, and I'm glad that I didn't have to resort to drugs. I didn't have to resort to certain other things to drown my sorrows. Even though me and God, we were like, I had, and he was okay. I was like, I got me and you. Right now, I'm having issues with going. I don't know if I hear your voice anymore. I had a lot of betweens, but he still showed me grace because he saw that my heart was sick, and he didn't hold it against me. And at some point, I had come to terms, God, I can't be mad at you. I can't be mad at you. You respect free will and people to choose which way they go. And I'm thinking, how does he feel? But that's another story for another time. So, that being said, I'm Regina Nunnally, the PK Sensation, the mental wealth builder. I bring value to the marketplace of your mind by motivational, inspirational, educational, teaching, speaking, whatever you want to call it, because I am allergic to ignorance. Take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.